Okay, so this is me setting up my repository. So right now I have this. I'm going to go ahead and delete it so that we can start from the beginning. And I have nothing in Alice Custom. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get the HTTPS from the code on the way home, copy it. I already have it here. What I'm going to do is I have my personal access token. Please ignore. I'm going to put it right before the GitHub. Now we have all of that together. I'm going to cut that. I'm going to use it here in the folder I created for the capstone. I'm going to get clone my whole now I have AWayHome. I'm going to cd into it. And as you can see, I have development already here. You may not have that. That's a setting I put in my bash script. You can do get branch dash a, and that will show you where you are. Your head is set up to work in development. The main is not as a head right now. We want to use development until we're finished and then push to main at the end. So here now we have the environment. We're going to code here, and this will open up a VS Code instance in our IDE of this. So now we should have everything's here. Now what we do not have is the environmental variables because they're ignored in the get ignore. When you clone it in, it is not here for us. So if you look through, you do not have an environmental .m file in either one. I created them in Discord. So in Discord, if you go to GitHub DevOps and environmental vars, what we're going to do is download these. So when you download the first one, I would go and create a folder. I'm going to call it AWayHome Files. And then I'm going to open that folder, and I'm going to save this .in file here. And then once it's downloaded, you should have this .in file. And we're going to do this for all of them. So we're going to do this for the .m.local. Again, we're going to put it in the AWayHome files. We're going to make sure it's called .n.local. I'm going to save that. And now we have that one. And then this last one, when we do this for the back end, since it's called .end again, when it opens up, we're going to have .end. But when we're going to go ahead and do .end back end or whatever. We'll change it when we get into the downloading. So now we have .m backend local .m, and we're going to go to this .m. We're going to pull over, and we're going to actually let me get this out of the way. we're going to pull our .m file over and we're going to put it in the root of the repository. So this one is for the root. It has every environmental variable so that the Docker Compose can see all of them in the root file. I'm going to go back to .env local and we're going to pull it over to the UI. See, we have AWayHome API, and then we have AWayHome UI right here. We're going to put it in the root of that. So you see .m.local is here now. And then we're going to go back and we're going to pull our .m back in and we're going to put it in the AWayHome API and we're going to rename this file. Let's rename to .m. We have to be careful of what we name because in the get ignore file, it will ignore .m local, .m development local, .m test local, .m production local. It will not ignore .m.pbe. And then again, and then it ignores it. We can add that in, but since it's already there, we might as well just name it what's already in here. Then once that is set up, you have your environmental variables in each spot. So when your Docker Compose is built, it will see each of them. So when we go to our development, we see that we have the Docker Compose. We're going to do Docker Compose up -d. This will compose it, it will build it, and it will do it in a detached state. So it won't look like it's open, but when you open up your Docker desktop, you will see it populate after it's finished building. So we're going to go ahead and build after our environmental variables are in the... Okay, see, we already have an issue. So I think because my SQL user variable is not set, my SQL password variable is not set in this environment, it is set up.